We ready to roll?
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the Panels on Pages podcast.
Big boys playing with big toys.
This is quality content.
The boomers are into it.
Hey man, I just show up.
With your hosts, Lee Rodriguez.
I am a visionary. Like, oh, you have a podcast? I'm like, no, that's not me. That's somebody else.
Jason Nyes.
Yeah, sure. I'm not getting any vegetables in my diet. I'm just a thick boy.
Jose Guzman.
Is Jose on the show tonight?
He says he's coming.
It's like Elton John all over again, just minus the death threats.
Kelly Harris.
Reach your hand in your pants there, big boy. That's not me. I don't sound like that anymore.
And our good buddy Mahoney.
Hey, Mahoney's here. What's up, Mahoney?
We can do just glorious, wonderful things on our phones, people.
No one's ever done anything like this before.
It's gonna be massive.
It's going to be great. I mean, obviously, I think it'll be great.
And it's all killer, no filler.
My seat's on fire! Your take's so hot!
Come on. It's so good.
It's pretty good. It's there. It's reliable. You know what you're getting every single time.
Man, I'm so glad you found us.
You're all terrible people, and I'm glad you're my friend.
Put that in the intro.
That's really funny.
Over 500 episodes, and you'd think they'd have the hang of it by now.
It seems like the concept that would run its course very quickly. What's going on, everybody? Today is Tuesday, March 19th, 2024, and this is episode number 655 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. Joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Nyes.
If anything happens to me, it wasn't suicide.
Kelly Harris is here. What's up, Kelly?
I'm cleaning my guys and talking to my boys.
Yeah, there you go. What you cleaning?
A bunch of Godzilla Keshi.
Nice. I knew that they were Keshi, but I did not know they were Godzilla.
They're my bright colored like SD ones. I've got a whole box. So I went a long time without sorting or cleaning any of the stuff I was getting in. And I weighed the pile I had, and I had literally 5 pounds of these shits that I hadn't sorted or cleaned.
I love it.
So I sorted them, now I'm cleaning them.
Good. It's a good little project, man. It's good to have stuff like that. I'm into it.
It is.
And good buddy Mahoney. What's up, Mahoney?
Forget what he's cleaning. Ask him why he got him dirty.
All the children got them dirty.
Sometimes it just gets dirty.
All your children got him dirty. That's exactly what I'm insinuating.
This is decades-old Japanese child dirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
no.
That's absolutely what I think comes out of you.
Oh, I don't like that implication.
Decades old Japanese children.
Yeah, there's probably at least a little bit of the bomb in there. Just from over the decades. Just particles.
Just residual.
Just residual, just still in the air. Have you checked them for radiation?
I have not. I do not have a Geiger counter.
Your Geiger counter's in the shop?
Yeah, I gotta... It's a whole thing.
Fucking wild. It's gonna be a good one, guys. I can feel it in my bones. We got stuff to talk about. There's world events that I know nothing about, but, they're, let's say, alleged world events. There's just shit happening.
Oh,
stuff.
Lee, you're teasing it.
I am. We're throwing a little teaser out there for the audience.
I have
White women, tune in now.
I have it in my notes.
Oh shit. Oh man. Okay, so before we get into that, I want to talk about two things real quick. Maybe three things. One, we checked out that movie Ricky Stenicki last week on Prime. It's fucking hilarious. It's very, very funny. Would recommend. Because,
Zac Efron, John Cena.
I thought it was like a TV show.
That's a movie. Yeah, it's
wild.
Andrew Santino, Zac Efron, John Cena, whole bunch of cats. William H. Macy is in there. He plays their boss. So the plot of the movie is these guys, when they were younger, got in trouble, and they invented this fake kid to blame it on, and they spent. They're like, they were trying to like do the dog shit in a paper bag outside of someone's house, and they accidentally set the house on fire. And as they're running away, they're like, they take off one of their Halloween costumes and they like write in the waistband of the pants Ricky Stenicki or some shit like that, And so they used Ricky Stenicki their whole lives as like whenever one of them got in trouble or if they had something that they wanted to do or whatever, And then even as adults, if they had a fucking thing they wanted to do without the wives, they'd say that Ricky was coming into town and they're gonna go visit Ricky or whatever. And they get put in a position where they have to kind of produce Ricky or shit's gonna get bad. And they've hired this ridiculous, like, Vegas or Atlantic City performer named Rock Hard Rod to come in and play Ricky Stenicki. It's so fucking funny because the wheels fall off and like he starts ingratiating themselves with his boss and all this shit. And it had one of the, it's like, it's not a great joke, but it hit me in my fucking spirit. There's one part where like shit's going off the rails. And one of the guys looks at the other one and goes, I feel like Jason Bateman in every episode of Ozark. And I fucking laughed because it's like, I know exactly how he feels. And that it was the most relatable thing I've ever heard a movie character say.
Yeah.
He's got his hand in his hands and goes, oh, Jesus Christ, I feel like Jason Bateman in every episode of Ozark. And I
love it.
Cackled. It's such a good line.
What does Jose always say?
Everything's Ozarks.
Everything's
Ozarks. But it's really good. I would highly recommend checking it out. And then we also watched The Voyeurs on Prime. It came out a couple years ago. It's got America's woke killing tits in there. Sydney Sweeney's in that. It's real good. Don't want to give a whole lot of it away, but like you think it's gonna be like this like horny rom-com, and instead it's a horny thriller, very Wild Things vibes, which is a very high compliment I can give a movie.
Do you see America's tits?
Oh yeah. Bunch of tits in that movie. Real good. Like I said, it definitely gives me Wild Things vibes because it does not. You'll never see what happens coming. It's very good, very very good. And speaking of not seeing what happens coming, I finally finished The Curse.
Oh yeah!
And holy shit, you guys! Like it fucked me up for a while. Like,
I said that you were like, he's gonna end up killing one of them by the end of this, and I said to you, I said, you are not gonna see it coming.
Nope. You know what, buddy? I sure did not.
Sure fucking didn't.
Nope. I would defy you to find anybody who did.
Right.
Yeah.
So
one of the wildest twists I've ever seen.
And like one of my legit like greatest fears.
Oh yeah, it's fucking nightmarish. And I'm watching it like, how the fuck did they shoot it? Because so if you haven't seen this Curse, spoilers, but couldn't be mad about it if it got spoiled for me. It's been months.
Mm-hmm.
But fucking homeboy wakes up and he's like stuck to the roof. He's on the roof, like the ceiling.
On the ceiling,
he's inside in the ceiling. Yeah, and his wife is not, and they're trying to figure out how to get him down. But like he's clearly from the ceiling, moving against gravity. Like it's crazy looking. How the hell? I don't know how the fuck they pulled it off. If they composited the shots together or what, but like it's not like he was just on a wire on the ceiling moving around. It's crazy looking.
I think that's definitely what they did, because they did a bunch of wide shots where they're both in the shot, and she's obviously in the regular set, and then he's in the set turned upside down like Inception or Virtual Insanity or some shit.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's like but there's some shots where he's interacting with things on the floor in frame. Like it's crazy. It's wild. It's one of the wildest things I've ever seen. And they think it's like because of the weird crazy house, like there's a pocket of like vacuumed air or something in there. But
the physical comedy Emma Stone was doing.
Oh my God.
Crawling around that house amazing.
She's so fucking funny in that scene.
But it's also terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, it's hilarious, but she doesn't know she's gonna fucking fly up to the ceiling at
she's
any
playing
moment.
it serious, but it's hilarious.
Yes, exactly. It's so good. And so then he fucking gets outside, like, oh, we're gonna be cool. And no, he's stuck to the ceiling of the porch and eventually fucking flies up and has to grab a tree as his wife's going into labor. It's insane.
Yeah, and he's just panicking. Like, oh my god, what's happening? Somebody get me down. And then the fireman comes. It's like, okay, buddy, we're gonna fucking trank you and then trap you like a bear. He's like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah, he's like, you got to put a net over me and then tether the net to the truck. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna fly up. And they're like, okay. So they like kind of half-ass throw a net over his back, and he's like, wait a minute, this isn't what I'm talking about.
This isn't attached.
And they blow up the fucking crash mat, and as they're sawing the fucking limb he's on, he's like, oh, please, God, don't do this. And the limb falls, and he rockets into space. What the fuck?
And then you just watch him die in space.
Oh my god.
It's fucking insane.
I gotta say, when you were all like, oh, you'll never guess how this ends, and then Knives was like, this is one of my worst fears, I was like, huh, I wonder what that would be. And I never in a million years would have been like getting stuck on the ceiling and rocketing into space.
Well, okay. So I don't know if it's like a little bit of agoraphobia or something, but okay. Specifically, the scene in Batman 89 where the Batwing cuts all the balloons and then the balloons just go flying into the air. You have no idea what's going to happen to them. Like that, when I was a kid, like I lost a balloon at like the carnival or something, and you just see the balloon just fucking float up into nothing. Then you don't see it anymore. It's like, oh god,
It's gone forever.
Yeah.
Did that balloon fall someplace miles and miles away? Did it fucking go into the stratosphere?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Is
it's
it
just gone.
Still going to space?
It's a very interesting fear to me because I have also seen balloons fly away in the sky, and it's like an object permanence thing. I think they fly away in the sky, and I'm like, oh, that's weird, and I never think about them again. I don't worry. Have they been sucked into outer space? Will they be all right? Like,
honey, we're all broken in very different ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that I actively fear.
Do you have a reaction to Lionel Richie's Dancing on the Ceiling video?
I loved that song, so if it's on the ceiling, it's fine.
Yes. Song. What about the video?
Yeah.
No, love the video. Because it wasn't the being on the roof thing. It was the flying into space
they're contained
uncontrollably.
They're contained in the Lionel Richie video.
And there's not the
they're
implication
safe on the ceiling, and they're having a great time.
There's not the implication in Dancing on the Ceiling that if they go outside, they're gonna rocket into space. They're just doing Spider-Man shit. Like Spider-Man doesn't give me the willies.
So, what do you think happened? Because I've got some thoughts.
Well, let's hear them because we've talked about it privately as to not spoil.
Oh, okay.
If I remember correctly. So what do you think? What's your take?
So I had the benefit of watching it right after. Like we watched like 2, maybe 3 in a row that day. So I had the benefit of it being fresh.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'm stuck in my head between Dougie's little like half-ass curse that he threw on him in the car. Because that's the thing, like, you know, the show does make it a point to show you that the curses are real. Like, you know, the little curses do come true when you know, definitely when the little girl does it. Why not when somebody else does? You know, like, that's a thing. So it could be Dougie's thing. Or he might have fucking played himself. Because there's at the end of the episode before that, when they show him all the fucking just brutal confessional footage that his wife did when they were filming their reality show. And it is just it's one of the most palpable, uncomfortable things I've ever seen, which can be said of the entire show overall, honestly. Like,
Until
yeah. And then, you know, he fucking storms off. Then he comes back and like you think he's done, but he's like, you know, I'll be the goddamn dirt beneath your shoes or whatever. You know, I'll gladly stand in your shadow, whatever the fuck. Like, and his wife is so like, I don't know if she's
done.
So starved for validation or just, but she's like, all right, I guess that's what we're gonna do. But he says, you know, you're not done with it. You don't want me to go. Like, if you wanted me to go, if you were done, I'd feel it and I would just go. Like, if I really thought you didn't want me or that we were done, I would know, and I would just disappear and I would go.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what fucked him. I think there's a point as she's like, you know, getting ready to have the baby or whatever, and he's doing some lame shit, and she's like, this motherfucker. And then, had they been camping, she'd have woke up and he'd been gone. Instead, he got accidentally stuck on the ceiling.
That's interesting. I don't know if I consider that he did it to himself. There's also the theory that he's basically reincarnated as the baby.
That's some anime shit right there.
Yeah. Like,
because he is such a fucking horrible baby man the entire time anyway.
Yeah.
Huh. I could see that. Sure.
It's
like there's no room for both of them.
And then
I could buy
there's definitely the possibility that she also cursed him at some point, even if it wasn't like vocal. She had some faces there a few times that were definitely curse faces.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know, but like it was impactful. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
We're both like, what the fuck? Like, it was nuts.
And it's like, season 2?
Probably not. I don't know.
I mean, I'm in.
I'm in. I don't know what you do, but I'm in.
If it's not the Curse season 2, whatever Nathan Fielder wants to make, I'm there for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just some wild shit, and like I'm really glad. Like I haven't seen Poor Things yet. I'm gonna see that. We're gonna watch that probably sometime in the next little bit. But like, I've always been a big Emma Stone fan, and I'm glad she's getting her fucking shine right now. Like, she's great.
She is great. She is fearless, as they say. And that segues well into, I did see Poor Things, and I called it, talking about Wild Things, Lee. Poor Things might be the horniest movie I've ever seen in my life.
You said that, and that's fucking wild. Because
it's,
man, it doesn't look like a horny movie.
It doesn't.
Really
it doesn't. It really sneaks up on you. But like, there's multiple scenes of Emma Stone just getting railed, just tits, bush, just moaning and groaning, just doing her furious jumping. Because
her furious
jumping. Like I gave you guys the elevator pitch. It's like a baby has the body of a grown woman and discovers sex. It's wild.
That's definitely a pitch.
Right.
But, like, as off-putting as that sounds, with the names of everybody involved, I'm kind of into checking it out.
Yeah. I told you guys that Mark Ruffalo's in it, and he basically plays like an evil Pepe Le Pew character, like a straight up Looney Tune. There's it's this weirdo Yorgos directed it. It's like a he's like a weirder Wes Anderson with kind of his direction and his shot selection and stuff like that. And it's also got some weird surrealist shit going on, like the sets and like
that's what I get out of it. Is it looks very surreal.
Yes,
Like,
there's a lot of that.
That much is obvious. Yeah.
Well, it's a 2-hour metaphor essentially. It's a feminist metaphor. Because at one point, just to kind of give you an idea of the tone, she runs off with Mark Ruffalo. She's basically a Frankenstein. Willem Dafoe creates this Frankenstein, puts a baby's brain into a woman's body. She runs off with Mark Ruffalo, and they end up broke because she gives away all their money to the poor at one point. And she discovers whoring. She discovers that men will pay to have sex with her.
The world's oldest profession.
She's like, fuck yeah, let's go. Let's do this. So, like, they show kind of a montage of her first few customers, and they're all just mutants. And at one point, they do the lineup for a John, and she stops the madam, and she's like, why can't we choose?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you don't get to choose. This is transactional, but it's like, I want to choose. It's like, oh, well, good luck with that.
Get your own whorehouse.
It's wild. We watched it the night the Academy Awards aired because we couldn't watch those, and it was great because she won the Oscar that night. Cool little.
It's exciting because she's fucking awesome.
Lee, this royal scandal has got us.
Where is the Princess Lee?
Where is this white woman? Produce this white woman. And no, not just any white woman. Like they've been trying to do. Any skinny brunette woman. They're like, oh, it's the princess. Look. Don't look too close.
There does seem to be a little bit of that. Like, oh, here, how about this one? This looks like her, right? Even I know that much is happening.
She's not the right height or anything, but it's her. And my other favorite is when they will produce a picture of her, and it's like a photo that matches exactly to her Vogue cover shoot or something. And you're like, okay, that doesn't seem like it's her in the back seat of that car because I've seen that picture on the cover of a magazine.
All right, we have to kind of preface what we're talking about to the audience because we've been a little bit vague on it. So, Lee, why don't you recap them?
So what happens is my friends and I have very different internet.
Ain't that
my internet shows me very different things from these people.
Yeah, but like if something gets mainstream enough, you'll see it on your internet.
I still haven't seen a single bit of this pop up on my internet.
Yeah, no, it's just from you guys.
Believe that.
That's wild.
It's just from you guys.
Well,
I wouldn't have any fucking idea were not for you guys.
Just because
if it weren't for you guys, I would have zero clue that this was happening.
We've interacted with the posts, so we're probably seeing more of it. Just by like clicking on it or copying the link. So yeah, Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, is that correct?
I think
has not been actually seen since
That's just
January 24th.
Beans on toast.
Beans on toast. And they are trying to pass some real sketchy shit off to prove that she's still alive, and it's not working. At this point, the bad photoshops and the bad cell phone pictures, like this is all just they're distracting us from something else, and it's probably King Charles getting a baby brain installed. Yeah, at this point I feel like it's a false flag, like they're doing it on purpose.
It's so strange. Like it's been so, for example, yesterday they released this grainy now keep in mind, this is Kate Middleton, whose job is be crystal clear HD photographed by paparazzi from 7 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, that's all that ever happens. They can't do anything without being photographed completely fine. But now, all of a sudden, 3 months after she's disappeared, nobody can get a clear picture of her.
Right.
So they're like, here she is. She's at the market. Look at her. She's at the market. And then everybody on the internet's like, why is she a different height? Like, that's not right. Like, she's not the same height anymore.
As if every camera in England isn't pointed in the direction of possible Kate Middleton sightings.
Mm-hmm. And then, so let's consider for a moment that it was her at the market yesterday. So for 3 fucking months, you disappeared and the entire internet is talking about how you might be dead, and then you just randomly go to a Whole Foods? Like,
mm-hmm.
You don't have the time to be like, I'm not dead.
Like just right a quick little Instagram video, maybe?
Yeah. Meanwhile, fucking Prince Charles, if we recall, King Charles, everybody thought was dead 2 days ago, and he was like, I'm not dead. I'm right here. Look, I'm right here. Here's a picture of me. Like,
that's a very good point.
Like, what do you mean?
Did he for real? He did like a video?
Yes.
Oh my God.
There's a video of him coming in his car. He's driving back into the palace in his car, waving at everybody, which is just literally just so that he can be like, I'm not dead. Here I am in my car. Like,
that's another thing I got over Kate.
Cheerio!
It's so weird. So it's strange enough that she's gone, right? She's missing. Her only job, and we told you this earlier, Lee, her only job is be in the public. She's gone.
Like, my whole thing was, it was like, oh, nobody's seen her since December. And I'm like, well, I know plenty of motherfuckers I haven't seen since December. Right. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. No. This chick is always in public. That is her only job. When she had her baby, they were like, put your fucking high heels on and walk out the front door of the hospital, hold that baby up to the paparazzi. We're getting a photo shoot right now.
I don't care the placenta is still hanging out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 days after it's born, they were like, get dressed, put your makeup on, get outside right now. So, it hasn't been seen since Christmas.
Yeah, with that lens, tis a bit queer.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
So then, that's strange enough. But then the theories start coming out. All the things where it's like, did she go in for some sort of surgery, some sort of plastic surgery?
BBL.
And something went wrong? A BBL, some kind of nose job thing, and something's gone horribly wrong, and they don't know what to do about it? Did she go in for some kind of surgery? Because there's rumors that she may have Crohn's. Did she go in for some kind of Crohn's surgery and die? Did she die? Did she go in for a Crohn's surgery and now she has a colostomy bag? And the palace is like, you need to be locked in the dungeon, you horrible monster. We can't have you out in the public eye.
Oh, tis a witch.
Right?
She be shitting in bags, she is.
So there's entire threads of theories that it's some kind of medical problem like that, or that she's dead. Did one of the children accidentally kill her? Did William, her husband, get abusive and accidentally kill her? Is she dead and they're hiding it? Who knows? Then you're forgetting, Lee. You forget about
Lee, how could you forget?
What the fuck is her name?
The Marchioness of Chomdelay.
The Marchioness of Chomdelay, which is pronounced Chumdi.
Chumdi?
Chumdi. It's like Chun-Li, but a little bit different. Chumdi. It is spelled CHOLMODELEY, and it is pronounced Chumdi.
That word has entirely too many letters to have 2 syllables. Get the fuck out of here.
Letters, 2 syllables.
I'm getting a little bit of Chumdi in me.
It looks like Chelmondele. And so, there is this lady, the Marchioness of Chomdelay.
Put your Chumdi in the minge.
She's like a horsier version of Kate Middleton, right? Like, just real British. Like,
but she's a noble too, right? Is that the thing? Right?
She's married to a marquis. You took Kate Middleton and you like turned the British up to like 15, like just super British. And everybody's like, oh, William's been fucking her. And so Kate's gone because she found out, and she's not agreeing to go back into public until he stops fucking her. And he's like, no, I'm not going to stop fucking her.
Oh.
And then
What
they're
is...
like,
okay, never mind. I'll let you go. Go, keep going.
Then they're like, no. It's not as simple as that. William's fucking her, got her pregnant, and Kate isn't going out into public because she's pissed about the baby because the Marchioness over here won't get rid of the baby. And then somebody was like, I think we're all forgetting that Kate Middleton was on her college rowing team, her female college rowing team. She's the one fucking the Marchioness of Chamdelay. She's a closeted lesbian.
Hell yeah.
And it's like, okay, interesting. And then they're like, no. That dude's, I don't know if it's her brother or something, but there's some guy who used to date Kate Middleton's sister, Pippa Middleton, who was most famous for having a nice butt at Kate Middleton's wedding.
Pippa.
And he used to date her, and everybody was like, no, that dude's fucking Kate Middleton, and he got her pregnant, and she doesn't want to have an abortion, and that's why she's locked up and not in the public eye, because she's pregnant with some other dude's baby, and the Crown doesn't know what to do about it. And Lee, that dude just got fucking beat to death inside of a locked room. Beaten to death.
That raises some questions.
They beat him to death, Lee.
It was Boeing.
Anyways, Kate Middleton is gone, the princess is gone, and William is participating in go-karting and tennis matches with the lizard who took her. So
he's having a great time.
Outrageous.
So I am to assume that aside from the aforementioned beaten to death man, there is no evidence for any of these things. They are essentially just, increasingly terrible theories put forth by the public that are getting traction based on context clues. Right now, they're pulled out of nowhere, right? But they're like,
yeah,
but there's no actual evidence.
It's not like somebody is like, oh, I saw Kate Middleton buying a pregnancy test,
right,
and making out with Pippa Middleton's ex. Like,
but
there's
the simple fact is that any of this
Kate Middleton pissing on a stick in the park.
The simple fact is that any of this crazy shit can be discredited with a single Instagram live.
Yeah, or just trot her out to the fucking front gate and just be like, hi.
Seriously. That's what makes it so strange, because the internet, I know it's not your internet or Kelly's, but the internet is ablaze with so many rumors about what happened to this woman, whose only job is to be in the public. And 2 days ago, when King Charles trended on Twitter for dying, he put his cancer-ridden ass into a car and waved to the paparazzi. And Kate Middleton's been gone for 3 months. It's like the whole world thinks you're dead. Sit in a car and wave hello. And it's even fucking stranger, because not only will she not sit in the car and wave hello, but the palace will be like, no, here's a picture of her in a car, and it's either not her, very clearly not her, just another brunette, or it's a picture of a car with her in it, and when you look at the picture, you're like, this is a photo taken at a different time. And it's like, why are you doing these weird things? Like, what is going on?
There was that one Photoshop that lit the whole internet on fire. That the Mother's Day Photoshop.
The Mother's Day
Photoshop.
Yeah, and they were like, look, she's right here. She's totally fine. And the Photoshop was such poor quality. Just totally, completely butchered.
AP and Getty Images put out a kill for that image because they couldn't verify that it was real because it was edited. And then... what was it? Kensington Palace or Kate on her Twitter comes out and says, oh, I'm sorry to cause the disruption. You know, I'm just an amateur photographer. I was trying to do some editing. I didn't mean to alarm anybody. But then there's I saw something that was like, Kate majored in photography in school.
No.
Exactly.
Oh
exactly.
no.
Yes. So somebody used her Twitter to be like, "Oops, my mistake. I guess I'm just bad at Photoshop." And then everybody was like, she majored in digital photography and editing." Like, what do you mean?
Uh,
Well, what you definitely
It's
didn't
unreal.
do on that Twitter is just post a fucking selfie.
Exactly.
Wild.
And it's like, oh yeah, I totally believe that she's alive because her Twitter account made a post. That definitely solves all the problems.
This fucking photo with all of the evidence numbers on it, like here. There's fucking 16 notes on this photo where an expert was like, that's fucked up, that's fucked up, that's fucked up, that's fucked up.
At this point, they should have just done AI.
Yeah,
fucking deepfaker or something.
Exactly. That's probably next. It's probably next. They just don't believe the technology is good enough. They don't want to be embarrassed.
Like, imagine none of us.
Madonna's trying to get inside with my bag.
Imagine none of us had heard from Lee since Christmas.
Right.
And every time we asked Nicole, she was like, "No, he's fine."
She would send a Photoshop.
Send us poorly photoshopped photos of him. And they were like photos like of him at C2E2, but like outside, like in the yard. And we're like, "What, Nicole, this is definitely not a recent photo of Lee. We were there when it was taken." And she's like, "He's fine. Look here, he's tweeting." And then it would be like, "Yo guys, I'm totally good. I'm fine." We'd be like, that doesn't even sound like Lee. Like, that's exactly how this feels.
Related but kind of unrelated, Mahoney, since you are the more chronically online of the four of us. Well, no, along with me, I'm saying. Have you seen this picture?
1A.
Have you seen this picture of Prince William at the BAFTAs talking to Ayo Adebiri?
I don't think so.
This fucking photo.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I've seen that.
He's
looking like every white
like
man
a
in the world,
and she is shocked.
Holy shit! Look at that picture. Oh my god.
They want us to believe that man didn't kill his wife.
I'm telling you, that guy's having a great time.
I need her take on this whole Kate Middleton thing.
Nobody else is having a great time. They all look horrified.
Yeah, this one's
they look
crying.
Like he just said a slur.
Yeah, every woman in that photo is like, "Fuck, am I next?"
Yeah.
We got white brunette right there. Could be his next wife.
Yeah, look, Kate Middleton. Just slap her face on there.
Yes, Prince William and Kate Middleton at the BAFTAs. Look at that.
It's unreal. And then I sent it in our message chain earlier today, but the official Twitter account of Dublin, or Dublin Air or something like that, was like, "Oh, it's so nice to see all these travelers out on a holiday weekend," and they photoshopped in this grainy image of the supposed Kate and William.
Yeah,
from
with the fucking sun watermark on it.
With the watermark right on it. Yeah, it's unbelievable. The official Dublin airport account.
Yeah. The Irish also having a great time with this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Irish are loving this.
The internet and the Irish are undefeated.
Speaking of award shows, did you guys see that Jonathan Majors showed up at the NAACP Image Awards?
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, buddy, did the red carpet walk and everything. Like, what are you doing?
How did that go?
I mean, all I've seen is this photos that people being like, he was there.
He's showing everyone how innocent he is.
Went better than that one date he went on recently.
Like, fuck.
Did he break up any fights between children?
Exactly. And he came running out of the woodwork to stop a fight.
Who at the NAAC Image Awards is dealing with the guest list and sees either Jonathan Majors on the list or Jonathan Majors show up?
And they're like, yeah, just
the only
right
thing
this
I
way.
Can figure is that whoever remains as his representation has somebody that they really wanted, and was like the only way they're coming is if Jonathan Majors gets to go.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because he's not a first round ballot choice for any events these days. I would say
he's not getting any image awards. That's for sure.
No, not exactly the right image.
He's getting like the Razzie version of an image reward. You know, like congratulations on destroying your image faster than anybody in history.
A meteoric rise and fall.
Right.
Jesus.
I think the AVNs need to put out an APB.
I mean, it's not impossible that he killed Kate Middleton. Might have happened.
Good, yeah.
I mean, he does love beating up white women.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly. No, wait, not even allegedly. He got convicted for that. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah. Ship sailed on that one, buddy.
Yeah, not even allegedly.
Sorry, Jonathan.
Fucking wild, y'all. You know, there's something to this, I would say. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say might be something to this malarkey. Yeah,
it's too strange. It just does not make any sense to not be something.
Nah. With it all laid out like that, for a fucking completely outside that world, objectively. Yeah, I know that's fishy as hell.
Yeah, you resisted. You resisted caring, but we made you care.
Oh no, I don't care.
No,
I
you
just
care
agree.
enough to be interested somewhat. You're not repulsed by it.
Sure. Yeah. Let's see. I don't care, but I am interested.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. That's fine. Yeah. Like
You
I don't
have
really
my
care
curiosity,
either.
but you don't quite have my attention just yet.
Like, if any of those people
Paraphrase,
die,
He's
I'm
pointing
not
his mint
shedding
julep
it.
at you.
Yeah. Now that is downright peculiar.
I'm just a small town lawyer.
This donut hole has another hole in it. Fucking sassafras and balderdash. That's fucking wild.
Foghorn Leghorn Daniel Craig to solve this mystery.
Oh my god. I do love the...
I think you mean Benoit Blanc.
Yeah. I love the joke that it's just like the plot of a Lifetime movie. You know, Princess wanted to remove herself from the trappings of the royal family and runs off to some small Christmas town and falls in love with some rugged lumberjack. Because you think about the other side of a movie like that. Sure, the fucking royal family would be trying to cover that shit up. We can't let other countries know the princess is gone. Create a Photoshop.
Somebody would have had a picture of her out in whatever Christmas town with her new love. But they can't.
Yeah, it does sound like if she were anywhere out in the world, we'd know about it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, unless, she went full on fucking Joker and she's like, give me that goddamn mirror. Her whole face is all changed.
Oh my god.
She's just wearing one of the...
that's not an impossible theory at this point.
She's wearing the glasses with the big nose and the mustache.
There we
What if
go.
she got Two-Face? What if somebody splashed acid on her and now she's flipping coins and murdering people?
Entirely possible.
Right?
I mean,
he may have found out who Jack the Ripper is, and they may have had to lock her in the Tower of London.
Do you think her coin is much like Two-Face's coin, one of the coins that Judas was paid for after he gave up Jesus?
Maybe.
If anybody's got it, it'd be the Royals.
I was thinking about that.
I think it's probably a quid.
I was thinking about that just yesterday, how in DC, canonically, the Phantom Stranger is Judas of selling out Jesus fame.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
What?
Yeah. Canonically,
what?
the Phantom Stranger is Judas, And Two-Face's coin was one of the 30 pieces of silver that he was paid. That found its way through the ages down from Judas Iscariot to Two-Face.
Toy Fair.
That
Where Two-Face bought it at a booth.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild. I did not know that.
How did Two-Face come into ownership of one of Judas's coins?
It just passed down through the ages.
Just in the system.
Okay. Yeah. And eventually
he
it
just
ended
kind of
up...
found it in a river like the Lord of the Rings.
I think it was like a family heirloom or something.
That's nuts.
Oh my god.
Like, I know at one point, some old-timey Old West guy that wasn't Jonah Hex, but, like, fought Jonah Hex had it. There's an entire graphic novel that Walt Simonson wrote and drew called The Judas Coin.
What?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that draws the line from Phantom Stranger Judas to Two-Face.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Phantom Stranger.
What a bizarre piece of DC history.
Phantom Stranger
You're
is
welcome.
the supervillain that sits on his hand and then jerks off, right?
Yeah.
But he's invisible the whole time.
Isn't he basically just a dude in a suit?
No, he's like a ghost, right?
Yeah, he's got like ghost powers.
But doesn't he have like a hat? Like, isn't he wearing like a fedora?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Judith just like was like,
I might be
been
thinking
alive
of
a
a
long
gentleman
time.
ghost.
No, not Gentleman Ghost. He has a top hat.
Right. I think but in my head, I'm conflating Phantom Stranger with Gentleman Ghost.
Yeah, Phantom Stranger, I think, is a man in a suit and a fedora. Like, Judas reached that point in history and was like, yes.
Yep, this is my
this
look.
Is the look I've been waiting for. Which, I mean, I guess we all have those moments. I get you, Judas.
Oh, yeah. This fucking dude with a fedora and a sweet-ass cloak. Not a cape, but a cloak.
Mm-hmm.
He's just lucky that he fell in love with the fedora and cloak look and not like a long sleeve white shirt under a short sleeve shirt,
Yep, there he is. There's the Phantom Stranger. Judas himself.
I remember this specific piece of art probably from like an issue of Wizard. Was he like a Mort of the Month or something?
It's entirely possible, yeah. I could see that. The Phantom Stranger and the Trapster. Paste Pot Pete.
Paste Pot Pete, hell yeah.
That is crazy as hell. I had no idea.
That is one of the strangest comic facts I've ever learned.
Hey, all this dumb nonsense in my head has to be good for something every now and then.
Even if it is just bewildering your compatriots.
You're sitting there, you're the editor, and whoever, Walt Simonson or whoever else, is like, all right, hear me out. So the Phantom Stranger? The whole time, he's been Judas.
It's fucking Archie Goodwin, like, print it, let's go!
Yeah.
It wouldn't. The funny thing is, it wouldn't have even been Archie Goodwin because this graphic novel came out in 2012.
Oh, so this is fairly recent. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. A little more sense why I've never heard of this nonsense. Comics, you wild. Fucking wild.
Lee, you were commenting on Magneto's big M on his suit. And it's
that shit comes out tomorrow.
Oh, X-Men 97?
Yeah.
Was that from a comic or was that from the show?
I think it's still from the show. Yeah.
But he's had that M costume in the comics.
But
it is an outfit from the comics.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's from that same time period where Xavier fucked off and went to space and Magneto became the leader of the X-Men. And he's like, okay, cool. I'm going to hang out and stop trying to, kill humans. But just so you don't forget who I am, I'm going to bring a bitchin' new outfit with a big-ass M on the front.
Yeah, I mean, but
beyond shoulder length gloves.
But he also fights the X-Men, who wear fucking X's everywhere.
Yeah, right. But that's more branding, you know. They're fucking representing the home team, you know.
I just think once you're a superhero or a supervillain and you're getting into any sort of costume, like, fuck it, go with the M, whatever. Because this costume, he still had to put this together.
Yeah.
You know, like, it might not be a big M, but what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What are those? The cape, bro? But I mean, this is the better Magneto costume. I'm just saying. Comics are wild. They definitely hooping.
Oh, they hooping.
Oh,
and Jean Grey's pregnant as fuck.
That I guess the creator or the showrunner getting booted at the last minute because
did we ever find out what he did?
Yeah, there was definitely some rumors and some previous bad behavior. You know, being a monster to work with, possible. He had like an OnlyFans, but that doesn't make you guilty. But
now the fact that for me though, for that guy, like the fact that he nuked his fucking online presence, that to me is like, oh, he did something
real bad. That he is getting a new identity.
Yeah, like he got found out for something. They were like, we have got to part ways, and he's like, oh fuck, I have seen how this plays out. I need to disappear forever. I need to shut the fuck up, not say shit to defend myself, and hopefully they'll enjoy the cartoon and forget I ever existed while I assume a new name.
Maybe I can get a job on an animated show in Malaysia.
Yeah. You know what he'll not be doing? Showing up at the NAACP Image Awards, fucking smiling like everything's cool.
I don't know.
He's chilling the fuck out. Wild. But I guess they're already like doing previs for season 3 of that show, which is kind of wild.
Oh wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of eggs in the basket. I'm here for it.
It looks great. I saw something today that was like Kevin Feige had like two things he insisted on before he would greenlight the show, and one was that they had to get the rights to the theme song. And it wasn't until that moment that I was like, they would have just relaunched it with a different theme song? Like,
yeah, right. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't put that on the list of demands. I'd put that on the list of fucking, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna
imagine how
with the
weird
theme song,
it
what are we doing here? Yeah.
Yeah. If it like the first episode started and it got to the theme song, it was totally different. You'd be like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Like, even if it's really good, you're like, get the fuck out of here. Like, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's this?
Fuck off, a new theme song.
That's a Shuki Levy joint, isn't it, Lee?
No, that is a Ron Wasserman joint.
I knew it was tied to fucking Power Rangers.
Yeah, so the same fucking dude wrote the X-Men theme and the Power Ranger theme, and a bunch of subsequent Power Ranger themes as well. And
yeah, he scored the Power Rangers too.
Yeah.
I've got Ron Wasserman as an artist on my iTunes because I got so much fucking Power Rangers shit on there.
I love it.
But like, but X-Men also had the X-Men had a banger theme on the Genesis as well. Kick-ass Genesis theme song on that game. But that game is not very good.
It's not.
I remember being
pretty hard.
I remember when I was a kid, because again, this is before we knew any better, or before anybody knew any better for that matter. Being furious when like. If you're playing as Wolverine and you were like, I want to take out Wolverine's claws, it's like, well, we're going to suck away your mutant power. And I'm like, nah, bitch, those ain't mutant powers, those are just his claws. Yeah. There it is.
Genesis is such an era.
Remember when there was like a whole bunch of 8-bit rappers?
Yes,
Just flashed me back to.
Nerdcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like all gone.
Just gone.
It's all gone. Yeah, like Adam Warrock is like an accountant now.
Yeah.
Just gone. Very strange. We've seen some shit, y'all. What the early aughts, wild time on the internet.
I think the only one that's still around is Megaran.
I still follow Megaran. Still see him putting stuff out pretty regularly.
In front a lot.
I think Megaran is the one. One day I was watching Nickelodeon with one of my kids when they were little, and somebody was doing a rap, and I was like, "This is Megaran." It was really weird. It was like a Power Rangers, Paw Patrol rap.
And I'll never forget when I was after a C2E2, they had a party, like an after party, and Megaran was performing, and he had a bit where he just put a fucking bucket up on stage and was like, "Come put shit in the bucket," and he just freestyled for like 10 minutes about shit he pulled out of the bucket. It was wild. It was so fucking cool.
That's not where I was thought that was going.
Don't take shits in this bucket. I'm gonna burn it.
And then Megaran took a shit from the entire audience. It was nuts. And they were
Let
like,
me teach you how to do some doomsday prepping.
Lee, did you check your house for any buckets full of shit?
Gotta tell you, no need.
I saw that and I was like, this can't be real. I'm just gonna move past this.
No, I think it's real.
So
why burn it?
Be real.
You burn it in the house, or you take it outside and burn it?
They probably take it outside.
So,
all right,
but
so
what's
the tweet? Let me find it. I have the quote somewhere. Shit. So this tweet comes to us from at MurderXBrian, Murder Brian. You may know him from the wrestling podcast, adjacent group people. So he posted, found out that my in-laws are shitting in a bucket in their bedroom and burning it. YouTube should be illegal for people who didn't have the internet when they were teens. So it turns out this is because they got deep into doomsday prepping YouTube, and that's a thing that doomsday preppers do because they're going to have to do it once the end times come, so they're just getting ready.
Just getting their bucket shitting pregame on. Just for when you got no choice. Might as well just start now.
Yep.
Yeah, like
these guys are like, fuck. These guys are like, oh, check your house because Jax would definitely shit in buckets if it's doomsday prepper stuff. And I gotta tell you, that is simply not true, because I fucking walked by the bathroom today as he was getting ready to go in to take a shower, and he had dropped a fucking bomb in there. It smelled like he slaughtered a goddamn cow in the bathroom. Like, there is no stealth about that kid's shits. It is otherworldly. Like, you bring a tear to your eye when that kid drops a bomb. And he goes from his shower and like laid on the couch like, ugh. I'm like, what's going on, man? He says, feel like I just pooped my guts out.
Oh my God.
Sometimes it do be like buddy. That. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel just empty, and then other times you got that adrenaline pumping through your system, like.
Yeah, and you're like a cat. You got to run around the house.
You got that. Have one of those transformative shits. Just alters the rest of your day. Good or bad. It's like, oh man, look at that.
Start scooting on the carpet.
Yep.
One of those shits that makes you go, you know what? I get it, gay dudes.
If I could take a pill that would just let me shit out big black dicks, I would.
Put that in the intro immediately.
No, that's not me. I don't sound like that anymore.
What else you got going on, Nice? You think we're talking about?
Oh shit, we're still on me? No.
We're just kind of vibing. It is what it is. We're talking about poop. About the Crown,
we have been binging It's Always Sunny. I think we're on season 11, and I posed the question to our group earlier Who is your least favorite Sunny character? And Mac and Dennis were the runaway winners on that one.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they're all horrible.
They're all horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all horrible.
But, like, Frank is the funniest, so he gets a pass. And then Charlie is sweet and also funny. But, like, Dee is just sad. And then...
I think Dee is my least favorite.
Well, Dee's... She's pretty bad. She's pretty bad. But Mac and Dennis are actively horrifying or annoying.
Yeah.
There's nothing redeeming about Mac except for Fat Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the season now where he got fat. And Nicole's like, Jesus Christ. And they're like, yeah, he just decided that it would be funny if Mac was fat. So he gained like 50 pounds between seasons.
I feel like he was fucking with somebody, like some executive producer or something. Like, it really feels like a bit.
Oh, it's absolutely
it's a bit.
Yeah.
But don't
Like,
do
they
that
told
bit.
Caitlyn to lose weight or something, and he was like, yeah?
Oh.
Yeah? We worried about weight now? You know? Like...
So good.
Something like that.
Yeah, but
she
like,
was very skinny in those early seasons because that was like mid 2000s, and that was the style back then.
And then he got insanely fucking ripped.
Well, no, then he got fat, then he got insanely ripped.
Right. Yeah. After he got fat, he got insanely fucking
because he was cultivating mass.
He's cultivating
exactly.
that.
Exactly.
It's such like, yeah, they're all horrible. Like, there's nothing. Like, none of them have like actual like redeeming qualities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we watched the one where they go to Atlantic City or the Jersey Shore rather, and it's such a shithole.
Yeah.
And Charlie has like this magical night with the waitress and all this shit, whatever. And she wakes up and she was like, "I was blackout drunk."
So sad.
I don't ever want to see you again.
Sometimes we're watching it, and I think their intention when they're writing the episodes is to make Danny DeVito say the funniest shit, just coming out of his mouth with his voice. In that just rhythm is just so good. We're gonna miss him when he's gone, Danny DeVito. What a treasure.
Yeah, he's tremendous, absolutely tremendous. And I've said this before in our messages. Like, it's insane that he hasn't gotten any of them, but him especially. Like, they haven't given him a fucking Emmy for Frank. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here! Come on, like, dummies.
I wonder if DeVito has any Emmys for Taxi.
I think that's up for Taxi, yeah. Or maybe the show got for Taxi, but not necessarily maybe not him directly. That's
what
you got, Kelly? Anything else we're talking about?
Not much. I think since we last spoke, I watched all of Shogun on FX.
Look at that mustache.
Oh, is it all out? Or is
no, just like, what's out so far.
Okay.
It looks fucking cool.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's really good. Mahoney, you're gonna have to pay attention.
I don't like that.
But no, actually, no. There is a dubbed version, so everyone speaks English.
Okay.
So you could watch the dub. But it is very, very good. I highly recommend it. I
watched the trailer for that, and I'm like, oh, fuck, that looks expensive. That looks really good.
Right.
It's a great looking show. There was a bit because I didn't entirely know what it was going in. I just heard Shogun and saw some of the trailer. I'm like, this looks fucking cool. And then like the first 5 minutes is just a bunch of dirty white people on a boat, and I was like, I don't know about this anymore. But then it picks up, and it's very good.
Yeah, I'm rounding home on episode 400 of One Piece, getting through this bitch.
Oh
Speaking
my gosh.
of
You're still watching that? I'm already done with Suits.
That's so many pieces.
It's a lot of pieces.
Yeah, you've only got 600 more episodes.
Yep.
That's
making
like
it through.
That's like if 2 Chainz had like 900 chains.
Let's see what they're looking for. Their ultimate goal is to find the One Piece, which is the name for the collective treasures of former King of the Pirates, Gold Roger. As he was being executed publicly, he was like, "Fucking go out and find all my treasure! I fucking dare you!"
Yes, the Two-Faced Judas coin.
Yep.
Yes.
Lee, I'm gonna save you a bunch of time. The One Piece is the friends we made along the way.
Aww.
I mean, probably.
They do make some pretty cool friends along the way. They just made friends with a skeleton who has an afro.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the newest buddy they made.
I was talking to one of my coworkers about One Piece, and we both agreed that it's very good, but it is also very overrated because so many people have the sunken cost fallacy.
I mean, it's good, but it's not like the fucking best shit ever. But I
exactly.
It is very, very early on. I'm watching. I'm like, oh, I see why people like this. This is legit. Okay.
The way people treat it as though it's like the be all end all of fiction.
No, it's very good.
Yeah, it's very good, but it's also you just you spent a lot of time with this thing, and you need to justify that to yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like it is very good, and the characters are great. That's kind of what you look for in these kinds of shows. I do, at least. The characters are excellent, like for sure. Like there's no argument, good characters. But as far as like when you're talking purely, like you said, as like fiction, right? As like as far as stories go, it has all the same trappings and shortcomings as any other like long-running shonen manga. Like it doesn't. It's not like it elevated the fucking art form to such a high level by like not doing that bullshit that all those shows do. It does all that bullshit. It does it really well, but it still does all that bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's very good at being itself, but it doesn't really bring anything new to the medium.
I think that's fair. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I totally get why people like it because it is quite good.
And this part of this conversation was brought up because of Akira Toriyama's passing.
Ugh, fucking R.I.P.
Yeah, one of the best to ever do it. And what brought this up was I had the thought that he was, at the time of his death, the most important living cartoonist. And I was like, well, who takes that spot now? And I had to think for a good long time. And I'm still not entirely sure who fits that role.
Yeah, I don't know.
And because like we were trying to just go through and think of people, and we're like, some people definitely say Oda, but I don't think that's true at all.
I mean, Oda's great, but I don't know, man. Just and One Piece as a like just the longevity is ridiculous. But
yeah,
when you look at the body of work of a Toriyama, and like it's just banger after banger after banger.
The man invented the poop emoji.
I did not know that.
Yeah. The smiling poop, like in that kind of like swirly design, the first instance of that ever appearing is in Dr. Slump in his manga from before Dragon Ball. And that design was eventually turned into the poop emoji.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I did see because there was a lot of stuff going around after he passed, and there was a clip from look at that shit.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. But I remember somebody posted like a picture from the last page of Dr. Slump, and he put like a little cartoon of himself at the bottom, whatever, and he's like, "I'll see you guys in Dragon Ball if that ever comes out or whatever." And then it's like, "Oh, buddy, it came out."
Yeah.
Like it definitely came out, which is awesome.
That's the crazy thing. Everyone knows him in the West from Dragon Ball. But like he was already one of the single most like successful manga creators in Japan at that time. Dragon Ball.
I was thinking the other day,
like
and
that
I've
dude
been thinking about this a
had
lot.
A hell of a career.
I think it's because I have been going through so much One Piece lately. Is that like I wonder, guys like Oda and fucking like even like Kirkman or whatever. Like how long do you think you have to go in a thing, right? Like in a fucking Tidy Mac too. Like how long do you have to go into a thing? How long are you on a thing that you made, right? Before you realize, oh shit, this is absolutely gonna outlive me, and people will know this forever. And what a wild fucking feeling that's gotta be. You know what I mean? What an insane feeling to be like, this thing that I made got made, one, endured, and has become a cultural fucking touchstone that will far outlive me forever. It'll outlive my fucking children. That's so insane to me. And I wonder, I can't imagine what that feeling must be like.
The one tweet I saw was something to the effect of, what other person, living or dead, would get honored by the governments of both Japan and Mexico?
Right. Yeah, exactly. No. Absolutely insane, man.
Oh no, Niles, I missed your point. I forgot my laptop is a touch screen, and I went to wipe something off of my screen, and it dropped out of the call because of it.
My point was that what other figure, living or dead, would get honored by both the governments of Japan and Mexico simultaneously?
Oh,
after
yeah.
dying?
No, for sure.
I did not realize that Dragon Ball was such a big deal in Mexico until Toriyama passed away.
Dude, the Mexican and South American people fucking love Dragon Ball. Like, holy shit.
You see, like, when we would go to the anime conventions, you'd see a lot of brown kids being animes, but you just assumed, no, that was just New York.
Yeah, no.
That's just wild. And
Lee,
hell, I remember.
Go on.
No, go ahead.
I was good. You had something pertinent to the topic. I was gonna ask about something else real fast. So.
Oh no, yeah, I was just gonna say that. Like, I remember when the Broly movie came out.
Ooh.
I was leaving from the gym. I was leaving jiu-jitsu to go see the Broly movie with Goat, and it's this room full of all these fucking tough guys. And they're all like, "Oh shit! There's a Dragon Ball movie!" Like, it was freaking the fuck out. Like, we were beating the hell out of each other, and then everyone in that room suddenly became a fucking anime nerd. Like, "Oh shit! I don't know about that." And everybody's like, "Oh fucking!" Everybody talking about who their favorite guy is or whatever. And I'm like,
trying to go Super Saiyan on everybody.
Straight up. Yeah, it's wild as hell.
Remember that time I said Super Saiyan and I got made fun of? Remember that time Kelly and Lee left Dragon Ball on my hotel TV?
Yep. Thought it might start something.
Remember how big those hotel rooms were? That was wild.
Oh, those fucking hotel rooms are great.
What was that? That was the Marriott? That was like the first year, right?
The Times Square Marriott. Yeah, right off Times Square, big space. And they were like, now you get to say it's a historical New Yorker.
No,
like,
next year we're staying at Lee's hotel. That hotel ruled.
Well, it was better, but just so you know, you definitely have to pay.
You have to pay.
You have to
learn
pay.
from my mistake. You most certainly have to pay.
Lee, do you have any shouts to who you think would be in the most important cartoonist living now?
Dude who does Heathcliff.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say.
Because it's hard to think of who.
Well, because the thing is too is that you have to realize that he was also kind of a recluse, right? Because my mind almost went to, because I was going for a different reason, right? I almost said McFarlane because he has this kind of he's like one of those art guys from that time period. He's still kicking it, still doing his thing.
That was one of my thing where I was like the original Image 6. I think if you put them together.
Yeah, because and they're still doing their thing. Like Jim Lee is another one, right?
Yeah.
But he's, I don't know. There's something about, I think Jim Lee might be one of those dudes where even if you're kind of just tangentially aware, you can be like, oh yeah, that's that's the guy who did X-Men back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You might not know his name, but you can look at it and go, oh, that was the fucking guy who did X-Men when I was reading comics and I was a kid. If you don't know anything else, you know. And you might be able to do the same thing for McFarlane, maybe, but you figure, you know, Toriyama's got all the manga stuff, and then he's also got Dragon Quest and fucking Chrono Trigger and all these other like video games and shit that he designed that if you look at it for half a second, you're like, is that the fucking Dragon Ball dude? You know, like, it's wild.
The two names that I've come up with are Rumiko Takahashi, who did like Urusei Yatsura and Ranma Half and that stuff, because she basically just invented that entire genre of like romantic comedy manga.
Sure.
And then Kaozu Umezu.
Or a Go Nagai, possibly?
Well, he's not living.
Is he not? Shit.
I don't think he is. He might be alive.
I thought he was I thought he did the Devilman reboot stuff a while back. I could be wrong. Let's see.
Hey, he's alive. All right.
Yeah, 78.
Okay. Okay, he's up there then for sure.
Yeah, I thought there was a new Messenger thing coming out, and I'm like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think
one about there because you got what Cutie Honey, Devilman, fucking Messenger alone. You know.
Well, that's Cutie Honey. I thought was Ishinomori.
No, that's him. It's fucking wild.
So I think I might go Umezu purely because of his like range. Like, dude started in the 50s just doing like Tezuka style art, and then eventually turned into like the god of horror manga, which, you know, influenced Junji Ito.
Wild as hell. Seriously, I just can't imagine being that good at anything.
No.
Love it. A month after finishing Devilman, the guy would create a sequel called Violence Jack.
Hell yeah.
What's this called? Oh, Violence Jack. Okay.
Anyone else imagining it with an accent?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And that shit ran from 73 to 1990. God damn. God, that is so much.
It's a lot. He had a lot of stuff.
Nuts. And fucking, since we're talking about it, if you have not watched Devilman Crybaby on Netflix, you should. It is some of the wildest shit I've ever seen. And you also will not see the end of that coming either.
Nope.
I promise you that.
Whenever Lee says it's some of the wildest shit I've ever seen, I kind of brace myself.
Perk your ears up a little bit, like what?
Oh, and then I have one more thing to talk about that
you got.
I've had chambered for a while now, just waiting for it to come up organically, but it hasn't.
Spicy.
So back, I screenshotted it in my chat here. This was from February 29th. I was talking to my buddy Liam Jones, and he had an idea that he wanted me to say on the Popcast because he has not heard anyone else say this idea before, and he wants it out in the world.
All right.
He wants Jeremy Allen White to play the MCU Wolverine.
Jeremy Allen White from The Bear and the
Iron Claw.
Iron Claw, the Von Erich movie.
And I am fully on board for that. I think that dude would kill it as Wolverine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, that guy's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that was not a thought I had ever had, and then he said that, I'm like, fuck yeah, that's like spot on. That dude is Wolverine.
I meant all week, like for 4 or 5 days now, I've been like, all right, on Tuesday, I'm going to sign into the PoP Twitter account, and I'm going to tweet out, because for those of you not on Twitter these days, everybody's doing this meme format where I don't know how to say these words. So I'm gonna make my best attempt. Who fucking knows? But they'll be like Benny Gesserit voice, and then they'll put a quote. And I legitimately thought that Benny Gesserit was a character from The Bear. And apparently it's some sort of race or something from the Dune movies that talks in this really weird voice.
It's a Dune boy.
So I was going to go out on our PoP account just unannounced and be like, Benny Gesserit voice. Hey, it's me, Benny Gesserit, the guy from The Bear. Tune into the podcast tonight at 10. And I forgot.
Has anyone made horrible AI art of Jeremy Allen White as Wolverine? Let's see.
Looks terrible.
Yeah.
Oof. That's not too bad.
That's not
that
bad.
one's not horrible.
Yeah. I think he'd be very good.
The eyes are too soft. You know what I mean? He's got sweet, big old bug eyes.
I think.
And look
you
at
can
that.
make that work for
Look at
Wolverine.
that pouty ass mouth. He'd make a great fucking Willy Wonka, that's for sure.
Well, he's related to Gene Wilder.
Is he really?
Is he really?
Yes. Yes.
You nepo baby
No
motherfucker.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once you hear that, you're like, oh, he looks fucking just like him.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Holy shit. That's wild. I'd
The
never
hair,
heard that.
the hair works.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just the eyes, the sleepy
Andy's like
kind
3.5 feet
eyes.
tall.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's the perfect height.
Yeah, he's a little short king.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they
no, I
got
take it back.
fucking.
The internet lied to me. They are not related. My bad.
Oh.
What?
Wow.
The internet lied to me.
Wow.
How could you give us that gift and then rip it away?
I know. I said it, then I'm like,
Oh
you
my
know,
God, this
nothing
is
ever
so
saw
bad.
him say it.
So bad.
That's so
Why'd you
bad.
have to tell us? That looks horrendous.
Like the worst
I could
part
do better than
is
that right now. I wouldn't even have to take my stylus out of my
the
phone.
fucking Homer Simpson 5 o'clock shadow is
Yeah.
so bad. I mean, I could see it. I'm just saying that the eyes don't do it for me.
That picture right there is what they would publish if dude from the Bear Wolverine had gone missing since Christmas. They'd be like, he's totally fine.
Been gone
Here
for a
is,
while, but he
happy as
grew a
can be.
beard. Look at him.
Yeah. His best friend Benny Gesserit would tweet it out.
It's so funny, Mahoney, because we see the same tweets. And I had the
We
same,
do.
like, a very similar, like, what the fuck is this Benny Gesserit joke format? I don't get
I
it.
had no idea what it was. There was no way to deduce it if you don't know anything about Dune, because it was quotes of all variety, and I was just like, what is going on? And I don't know anything about Dune, and I don't know anything about the bear, so I made an educated guess, and I went wrong.
And, like, I was talking about how it decides what the algorithm is for you. And it's like, I have never Dune anything about Dune before. Yeah. And all of a sudden, it wasn't even like every third tweet. It was like every 4 out of 5 tweets was about Dune and the Benny Gesserit voice.
People fucking love that Dune.
Lee, have you seen anything about Benny Gesserit?
No.
I haven't either.
Well, you guys also don't, like, look at Twitter anymore, do you?
Yeah.
I look at Twitter.
You do? Okay.
Sure,
Well,
I don't do it like I don't do it all the time, but it's like when I wake up and I'm scrolling my feed because I don't feel like getting out of bed yet. I do the same thing when I'm in bed and I don't feel like going to sleep yet. And then at various points throughout the day.
But I also don't like Wild West my social media. Like whenever Instagram's like, oh, here's some suggested posts. I'm like, no, don't show me that shit.
Right, I mean,
I'll find it myself.
technically, what I am looking at is the For You feed.
Oh,
of
I
Twitter.
never look at that.
Yeah,
Because,
never,
you
not
know,
once.
well,
That is a trash fire that I will never step into.
Yeah, but there's always new stuff, and it's come to the point
Got
where
enough
Twitter
stuff.
Yeah, I
Twitter
got
is
more
such
than
a
enough stuff.
wasteland that like people don't really people that I follow don't really tweet anymore.
Yeah, you have to look at the recommended stuff because otherwise, what are you going to read?
Yeah, and then I just kind of sit there and like,
Books.
where?
Books.
You just play Snap like a real man.
Like,
Yeah,
how does
play Marvel
everyone
Snap.
else
Like
get their
Snap.
news if
Lee,
not
how
from
much
Twitter?
do you fucking love that we can take back turns?
Oh my god. It's such a fucking quality of
You
life.
can do an
improvement. Oh my God,
undo
so
button
good.
in Snap now?
Yes. If you set your turn early and you fuck up, and if there's time, like if your opponent hasn't ended their turn yet, you can unend your turn and redo it.
Which is great because so many times they've been like, oh fuck, wrong, oh no, and now you can just
Yep.
fucking hit the button. So good.
Yep.
I just discovered yesterday that they nerfed Beast, which kind of sucks. Because I would throw Beast down with Kitty Pryde, and so I'd have a 0 cost Kitty Pryde the rest of the game. But now he only makes stuff he sends back cost 1 less for the next turn, not the whole game. Pain in the ass.
That sucks. I didn't realize they did that.
But they fixed Elsa Bloodstone, so now she doesn't suck anymore. So
Yes.
They put her back to where she was. I like that.
That is very nice.
This image is giving me Magneto.
Oh.
I'd watch him. That kid is super fucking talented. Like,
Yeah.
he's great. Like, I first saw him in Shameless. Very, very good.
Oh, is he the kid from Shameless?
Yeah. Him
Huh.
and Cal Kestis both came from Shameless.
Huh.
Yeah, Shameless is one of those shows where it's like, oh, this is all hitting a little too close to home sometimes. But in a good way. Because,
That show is on TikTok all the time. I've
It's fucking
seen
great.
many episodes of Shameless 15 seconds at a time,
No, it's very fucking good. It's great. But shit. Anything else, Mahoney?
No, my story for the week is Where's the Princess?
No, it's good stuff.
Check under your
Produce.
couches.
Produce the white woman.
If you see a brunette, please take a picture, put it online, and ask if it is Kate Middleton.
Oh shit, I live with the brunette. Think it's her?
It might
Might
be.
be.
Oh fuck, you live with the
This is
brunette
like
too,
real
Mahoney?
life, this is
Oh
like
god, you live with
real
the
life
brunette nice.
Anastasia.
Oh god. Wild.
Mary was like, they
She could
wouldn't
be
think
anywhere.
it was me because I'm too clumsy. I'm like, that's the first thing you learn in princess school.
Yeah.
Walking around with books on your head and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta sleep on a mattress with a pee under it. All that good shit.
Hey, you gotta pee on your mattress?
Yeah.
Way ahead of you. If peeing in your mattress is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna call it because I gotta go drop a serious mixtape, and it's getting pretty serious. I'm sweating. You know how it is. So, one of those.
All right,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
in that case, there's a few more theories I think we should talk about.
Let's talk about the series finale of Suits. No.
We didn't talk about the finale
We
of
didn't.
Suits.
The series finale of Suits is that Lewis got married, but then he had to leave, and then Harvey was like, fuck it, we're getting married at Lewis's wedding.
Not
Harvey
just
stole his wedding,
proposing,
he got
getting married at someone else's wedding.
Right?
That's
That was such a Suits thing to do.
Such a Harvey move.
I could have seen Kerouac doing that.
Absolutely.
And everybody's here. We might as well get married. They came to see a wedding.
Like, at one point, he just was like, can I have everybody's attention? We're going to get married. And I just picture all of them being like, who the fuck is that?
Oh, they know.
Oh, that's their
I'm
work
not gonna lie.
friend.
Yeah. They know.
God damn it,
No.
Harvey.
So
What a
next week I
collection
will
of
not be in the
horrible
country. So
Oh, shit.
Where you
I will not
going?
be here.
Where
Going
you
on a
going?
cruise. Going on a cruise to Mexico.
You're going on
Please
boats?
go to England and find the princess.
Well, if she is in Cozumel, I will try to find her. So.
All right. Thank you.
Right.
Deal.
You know, Lee, you're going to be on a boat with your wife. Yeah. It's the implication.
Yep.
She's never in any danger, of course.
No,
but, the implication.
No. I mean, I wish this lightning wasn't happening right now. It's making everything seem a lot more sinister.
Yeah. So, keep your eye out. There may or may not be a show next week. I won't be here. I'll let these guys figure that shit out. But, worst case, you'll talk to me in 2 weeks. 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/panelsonpages. For Jason Nyes, Kelly Harris, and good buddy Mahoney, I'm the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. Talk to you guys later. Night. Love you. Bye-bye.
You fucking Google ass bitch.
Fucking Google something.
Holy shit. You fucking Google ass bitch.
I didn't want to say it.
What are you, some kind of bitch?
Whoa.
You fucking
Google ass bitch. Why you keep bugging us, YouTube?
you fucking Google ass bitch.
That's it. Show's over. We're done.
See you next Tuesday.